Well, hi there, everybody. Good morning to you. Meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Monday morning where fire danger is back a little bit these next few days. We've had some days with some stronger winds. It's been very dry the last several weeks with not much moisture expected this week. And due to that, the fire risk is going to be higher, especially in southwest Nebraska today, where a red flag warning will be in place starting at 11 o'clock Central Time, so 10 o'clock Mountain Time, and continuing until 6 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. Mountain Time out in southwest Nebraska. So southwest Lincoln County, Hayes County, Perkins Chase, and Dundee County are included, and then that extends into northeast Colorado. Otherwise, very quiet weather out there this morning. High pressure loosely somewhere around the Tri-Cities or just east of here, kind of in this general area, leading to very light winds this morning, but the winds will pick up today as that kind of pushes to the east and eventually kind of just diminishes. So we'll see southerly winds return. Well, south and southeast winds a little on the breezy side today, up around 10 to 20 miles per hour, some gusts to 25, which will help to warm things up today. But again, that fire threat will be there just because of those stronger winds. The winds will actually stay a little breezy tonight. We'll get a slight increase in clouds overnight, but not too many. I don't think these clouds will be nearly as thick as what it looks like on this map here. But again, with the slightly breezy conditions, most of us will see warmer temperatures tonight than what we're seeing out there this morning. Heading into tomorrow, the wind's going to pick up quite a bit tomorrow. This is going to be somewhat comparable to what we saw back on Saturday a few days ago. Our winds are going to be up there around 15 to 25 miles per hour, gusts to 35 miles per hour. It's going to be a little bit of a windier day out there. Once again, could be a little bit of a fire threat as well. A couple of things worth noting here, or one thing worth noting. Notice right here, this is kind of a surface trough, not really a cold front. But what it will do is our winds will switch direction as that pushes through Tuesday night, and they'll actually die down. We'll see skies mostly clear overnight, so a pretty quiet night ahead of us. Maybe a little cooler for some, but maybe not quite so cool in northeast or southeastern areas here, where that trough will be not quite through there by 6 a.m. on Wednesday. But with the north wind light, a little cooler to start off our Wednesday, but we've still got very nice weather ahead of us Wednesday during the afternoon hours, as you're going to see in just a bit. Highs today, mid to upper 60s. I would not be surprised to see a few low 70s out there this afternoon. Not nearly as cold tonight. Many of us staying in the low to mid 40s for overnight lows. Your warmest spots here in the northeast. Still some 30s out west, upper 20s in a few spots. Highs tomorrow looking good again, mid to upper 60s, lower 70s. Tomorrow night with that surface trough passing through, maybe a little cooler behind it, 30s, upper 20s out west again. Some low 40s out ahead of that trough, though, in southeastern areas. But Wednesday looks like it could be our best day this week. The winds will not be as strong. Lots of sunshine, mid to upper 60s and lower 70s. Not much to complain about here for the middle of November here. So the November 15th looks like it could be the best day of our forecast. We'll show you the long range here as we take a look at these next 3 days. Great weather, a little bit windy, but again, not so windy on Wednesday. The lows won't be too bad as well. Past Wednesday, though, we will see a bit of a cool down. A cold front comes through on Thursday, brings a few extra clouds, a little more wind on Thursday, and temperatures come down Thursday into Friday. Not terrible, though, for this time of the year. It will be a little bit colder again Thursday night into Friday morning with lows back down below freezing. Saturday looking all right. Yeah, I don't think there's much to complain about Saturday, and then it turns a little more interesting Sunday. Well, late Saturday night and then into Sunday, our chances of rain will increase just a bit. There still is a little bit up in the air. I think it'll be warm enough to just see rain for most of us, but there are some models indicating a little bit of a mix out west, something we'll have to watch, especially as we get towards Monday of next week, as it could be kind of a 2-day system here. It does look like the weather turns a little more interesting next week here as temperatures do start to come down next week, down into the 50-degree range, maybe even 40s by next Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving right there. So by this point, though, our average high will probably be close to 50 as well, so we're actually going to be pretty close to average, even though we are cooling down quite a bit early next week. But it also could be a little bit wet in this time frame here, especially right in here. As those temperatures drop, that's when the wetter weather returns. Now let's look at next week. We're going to go, I believe this is Monday through Saturday of next week, the 20th through the 26th of November. So if you've been watching the forecast the last few days, and I've been showing this graphic last week, I was showing it, all this warm air was right over top of us. Well, now it's going to be shifting away from us, and we're going to start to see some cooler temperatures moving in as we move towards the Thanksgiving holiday and beyond into that following weekend. It does look like we could be wetter than average as well, especially with what's coming again Sunday and into Monday. There may be some more chances down the road, although that's still a little bit up in the air. Let's take a look at some of the long-range models. Not much this week. Here comes the Thursday cold front right here. Probably no moisture with that. Maybe a few extra clouds, though. Stays dry Friday, Saturday, and then here comes that moisture chance. Saturday night into Sunday. Pretty good chance of rain according to this European forecast model, and then look out west, maybe a little mix. So we get towards Monday, we'll see. It's a little iffy right now here. I'm not going to get too worked up about it yet. But then, and this is as far out as this model goes here till next Tuesday evening. But if you notice, this right here looks interesting. If this starts to make its way towards our area, say Wednesday, right before Thanksgiving, that could be interesting. But I don't want to get too worked up about it yet, but it's just something worth watching as we get towards the middle of next week. The GFS model is a little bit different. Again, pretty quiet these next few days. Here's the Thursday cold front right about there. Cold front's passing through by the end of the day Thursday. So here comes the cooler air. Extra clouds, no moisture though with it here. And then as we get beyond that, again, sunny skies Friday, Saturday not too bad. And then notice not as much moisture with us, but still a chance of some moisture as we get towards Sunday, Sunday night, and Monday. Not as much of a threat of snow either. And you'll notice as we get towards Tuesday night, this is the big difference here. There's none of that snow up here in these locations. So, like I said, the middle of next week, there is not a guarantee that we are going to see a big winter weather system or anything like that. It's just something I'm kind of watching out for down the road here. We may have to contend with it, but it's not a certainty quite yet. So forecast models are very different on how that would play out next week here. So, and that may be also a big difference in temperatures next week as well. So there's the mild weather. It's sticking around the next several days. Here comes the Thursday into Friday cool down. Still pretty nice on Saturday, and then even in the next week here, this model doesn't really bring the colder air until Monday, Tuesday, and even then, it doesn't have a lot of cold air. I think this is the GFS model, just guessing, because it brings mild weather back in time for Wednesday and Thursday of next week. That's Thanksgiving. So I'm guessing that's the GFS, and that's going to be the big difference between the GFS and the European model. So let's show you. I'm going to go into my editor and bring up the European model now. So just bear with me real quick here. Got to click the save button real quick here. So we're going to let this load in real quick here. So here is the European model, and again, nice and mild these next several days. Here comes the cool down at the end of the week towards Friday. But it's not terrible. Saturday's still looking pretty decent. And then there comes the next shot of colder air Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and notice how it just kind of reloads towards Wednesday and Thursday. That would take us to Thanksgiving. So there's a huge difference with what the two models are showing towards the middle and end of next week right now. That's why I'm not getting too worked up over either one quite yet, because it is just so far away right now. So, but we'll keep an eye on it as we get a little bit closer to that time frame. So until then, I want to thank you all for watching this forecast today. I'll see you again on Tuesday. Until then, take care, enjoy your day, and God bless. Bye.